Welcome back, everybody, to the Might Be Good podcast. My name is Rhett,
My name is Samantha.
and today we are here with guest Ilir.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing great, friend.
That's good.
So, how about you introduce yourself to the audience and Samantha, because she has no idea who you are.
You have some idea.
Some idea on my stories.
Yeah, little idea. Well, how's it going, guys? What's going on, Sam? My name is Ilir. I've known Rhett for, I don't know, a while, 10 years, something like that, 9 years.
A long time.
Yeah. Grew up in Alaska. I joined the military, got sent down to Georgia for basic training, and then ended up in North Carolina, where I'm at right now. I was in the Army for like 4 years, got out, and then I'm a contractor for the government right now. Didn't want to go back to Alaska because it's too cold, so we stayed here.
Sam hears me complain a lot about missing the cold and how I hate it here. It's
Really,
so hot. Yeah, I cannot sleep at night unless I see my breath.
Oh,
I cannot.
I mean, when it's super cold at night, like I get the best sleep, but I just can't stand it during the daytime.
But here's my logic to it. When you're cold, you can always put on a jacket, more clothes. When you're hot, we can do once all the clothes are off. There's not much else you can do.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But
still, I mean, I'd rather not have snow. But that's me.
yeah, snow's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So I wanted to have you on because we were in a band together for 3 to 4 years. And Sam, I told Sam about that, and she was interested. And she likes hearing stories about a younger, more energetic Rhett, not this old part she's getting now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But before we get to that, I wanted to ask, since you were in the Army for what again?
Like what I did?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I was a paratrooper, an infantry paratrooper. So jumping out of airplanes, running around in the woods, and shooting at people, but with not like real bullets or just targets. So.
Okay, yeah, and there was something I've always wanted to ask, and it's gonna be about your training, if that's okay, if you're allowed to talk about that.
Yeah.
Did anyone seriously get fucked up from any of your practice jumps?
Yeah, so when I was in airborne school, we were there with a few Marines and a few Air Force guys, but I don't know what happened. This Marine jumped out of the plane, landed wrong, and like broke both his shins. It was either his shins or his legs, but he got really fucked up. And then here on Bragg, at Fort Bragg, there were a few guys that my first sergeant,
Uh-huh.
I think it was my first sergeant, broke his back when he landed, because it was in Texas. So we did this thing called Jade Helm. There was a bunch of like people thought it was like they turned it into a giant conspiracy theory, saying that like the special forces were going to take over the United States and stuff, and there were pictures all over the place online. So we were down there with 3rd Brigade Special Forces. We jumped in. It was a big training exercise. We jumped in, and my first sergeant, I don't know what happened, but he broke his back on the landing. So he got really fucked up.
This guy's experienced, right?
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah. There was something happened with me. It was a night jump, so I've done a million night jumps by this point. But I don't know what happened, but I landed pretty hard, busted up my knee. It was like the size of a cauliflower. And I went up to one of the medics. Like, so I just, so what happened was I fell. Well, I landed. It was kind of like a landfall. Busted up my knee pretty good. My pants were like torn up at the knee. I don't know what the fuck I hit. So I just put my knee pad on and just kept on going. But I eventually got to the medics and I was like, hey, you gotta check my knee out. It was like the size of a cauliflower, so it was pretty blown up. And he's like, oh man, you'll be fine. Just drink some water. I was like, dude, are you kidding? I was like, are you kidding?
My mom.
Yeah.
Water is the cure-all.
Yeah, for real. I was like, all right, whatever. So that sucked. There were a few other guys that got messed up, but the biggest one was my first sergeant breaking his back, and that Marine in airborne school that broke his legs. So,
have you heard any like nightmare injury stories from like anybody else in there you knew?
Not really. There was I think one guy had like a cigarette roll, which is like your parachute doesn't really inflate all the way; it's kind of deflated. That kind of happened to me, but with him, he had to pull his reserve parachute before he pancaked on the ground. But so I got a really bad TBI in 2016, and that was because my parachute was like half deflated, and I was twisted up pretty bad. And I was trying to untwist myself, but didn't happen. So I got pretty messed up.
What's TBI?
Traumatic brain injury.
So you hit your head pretty hard, huh?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, hit my head pretty hard. I got up. I didn't know where I was at. One of my buddies came up and got me. He was like, "Dude, I saw that. Are you okay? Like, do you need some help?" I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" So they threw me in the back of a Humvee and drove my ass to the hospital. Yeah. I had like a bruised brain for a month. It sucked. I was on a ton of medicine.
So you hit your head hard and they let you drive?
No. They drove me. I was in the back.
Oh, yeah. I thought you said I drove.
No, fuck that. No.
The only thing I've heard when my brief moment in training was I guess there's certain stairwells where they use that the gripping, the steps where it's like the metal where it's punctured up so it's got grips. So it looks like a cheese grater.
Oh yeah.
With teeth. Yeah, they tell me like some kids would like rush up the stairs, fall and like land on their hands and skin their palms.
Damn. Ouch.
And there's another thing and training, I don't think I talked too much about my time in training podcast, but there was this incident that got a kid court-martialed during training because he gargled somebody. So when you gargoyle someone, it's when you get buck naked and either perch on anything. You like those stone gargoyles you see, I don't know, those.
I don't get it.
Thing. You don't know what the stone
I know what, yeah.
But you just perch like a gargoyle. I'm doing it right now. You can't. But anyways, he was naked doing that in the kid's locker and he got reported for sexual harassment. Which is
wow.
Serious. Yeah, he got fucking. Yeah. I think he actually had to serve time in prison.
Wow. What a dumbass.
Yeah, but there's some. I told you before that I saw some crazy shit in training. So what happened to me was I had to get I was out on med because it was my recruiter's fault, because when she took me to see I guess to get checked out by the doctor or something, I guess the paperwork or something out of my control wasn't lining up. Oh, and this was during the time where there's a huge budget cut, so they're kind of just letting off anybody for any reason.
Right.
My medical papers didn't line up, and they said you could fix this, but you gotta send you home. Like, fuck. All right. So the whole time, because they don't send you home immediately, you gotta sit in this place called MedHold, or because I did apply for an appeal to the, I don't know if it was the Surgeon General or the General.
Probably the Surgeon General, but I don't know. Probably.
And yeah, so I just sat there, and because they can't make me leave. If once you sign the appeal, you're there indefinitely, whether it's approved or denied. But I was in MedHold for a total of 2 or 3 weeks. I was in training for I think 3 or 4 weeks, and then in MedHold for another additional 3 weeks. And I think our training is only 2 months, 3 months.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Oh, I was in for 2 months, and half of it was in the loony bin. I don't know. There's an actual name what the Chinese call it there, but it is so MedHold's this place where anyone's there, whether it be injury or they failed their PT test,
right?
Or if they're just getting discharged because medical, whether it be psychological or physical. So that means there's people there they're with either a sprained ankle or in rare cases, there's actually people there with schizophrenia. And I met one of them, and of course people, and it was weird. It felt like prison. Like everyone's got a story. Like, yeah, this guy used to be here. He ate his own shit, stuff like that. But I met the guy. I actually had to sleep on my last day in the same. He was put in a special room. I don't know why they put me in there with him. The nutcases are put in you don't get put in the big rooms with all the beds. You get put kind of like in an office with 2 bunk beds, and it's right next to the officers. So it's in an office next to any officers, and that's where they put special cases and the people who I need to catch the shuttle to the airport, which I was doing. And so I met the guy. His 6'5" black dude from Jamaica named Jolly.
Nice.
His name's Jolly. He told me himself he was schizophrenic and was diagnosed. And I asked him, surprise me, how'd you get here? And he said he tackled his commanding officer, not a commanding officer, that's when you're his technical instructor, to the ground. Because, I guess he pissed him off.
Damn.
Yeah, this 6
foot. He didn't get like his ass beat or something.
No, he looked fine when I saw him. He's huge. I mean, I could see why I call him Jolly.
Yeah, I didn't have any of that. I mean, in basic, the only thing that really messed me up, this was before jump school and everything. I had like a weird, it was like some like hip muscle area was all messed up. I could barely walk. Like every time I took a step, it was like the worst pain in my life. I was like, fuck. And I told one of my drill sergeants, I was like, dude, well, I didn't say dude because he would have beat my ass, but I was like, drill sergeant, because there was one time we were walking up this hill and he was like, what the fuck's wrong with you, man? Come on, you're usually up there, blah, blah, blah. I was like, drill sergeant, my fucking leg is killing me. But then he like became normal. And he's like, well, what's wrong? I was like, it's just, then he's like, you don't have to call me drill sergeant. Like, what's up? Because there were only a few of us on that airborne contract. There was like maybe 1 or 2 guys on the special forces contract. So they like really cared about those 2. But then they also cared about the airborne guys because there was a time where I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do the airborne contract because it's a few extra weeks of me being there.
Aren't there many people listening to these days? Oh.
Yeah, exactly. So he like switched from drill sergeant to like normal fucking guy. And then we just talked about my leg and he was like, no, if he was like, yeah, I understand. If it hurts, just, and this was like, what do they call it? Red phase, or I think red phase is the first phase. White is the second phase and blue is the last phase. This was like the last fucking week, literally the last week and like the last 2 days. And he was just really cool about it. So I didn't actually have to go to the medical thing. But I do know there was one guy who did go. I don't know what happened to his leg, but it got messed up and he was on crutches. And he was going back and forth. So he would go there and he'd come back and he'd be like, yeah, all we do is just detail stuff like cleaning constantly and fucking guarding shit. And I was like, that really sucks. So I was happy I didn't go. I don't know if it was like that for you, because the Air Force is obviously different, but
it was. Oh man, I'll tell you something. It is so easy. Training, yeah. People even say it's kind of a joke, and the whole yelling and stuff. It was scary when you got off the bus, but
right.
It took me 3 days to realize it's just like it's just a cover.
Yeah.
Because they're supposed to be testing you for stress. But I stopped getting stressed after, the first 3 or 4 days. And once I took my first shit after being stressed and constipated, good.
Yeah, seriously. Man, I remember that, getting off the bus, and they were just like, get off my bus, fucking yelling at us. I was like, oh my gosh, what did I do?
I had this angry black lady yell at me because the bus driver snitched on me for the dumbest reason.
Really? Damn, dude.
What happened was, I was listening to music because I was enjoying my last bit of music before training.
Freedom,
Yeah, and I was just looking out the window, just checking out the place, like, oh, this is cool. And supposedly, he said, he told me and the guy next to us, like, to stop looking out the window, but I couldn't hear him. But at the same time, I'm thinking, why would he want us to stop looking out the window? You think we're fucking spies?
Yeah, damn.
And so the lady pulls us aside. She's like, yeah, the bus driver told me that you two were being very what do you fucking I can't think of the word, but disobedient. I'm like, huh? I was so confused, and she thought I was being a smartass. Like, what? And then, yeah, she made me go run out and apologize. She was like, if you don't go apologize to a bus driver, you're gonna get back on the bus and go home. And I was like, she's like, I did it anyways.
Nice. Yeah, they probably just, I don't know, randomly chose you.
Yeah, because they're gonna buy me another ticket home.
Yeah. Dude,
right.
I remember in basic, I had to pee so bad. They had us drink a ton of water, right? So we were drinking water all morning. I forgot where we were going or what we were doing, but they had us fucking down canteens. Then we went to breakfast. I was pissing all through breakfast. We downed one more canteen. Got on the bus, and we started driving somewhere. I had to pee so fucking bad. I thought about just peeing my Camelback and like, you know, just keeping it on me and acting like nothing ever happened. But then I was like, fuck, I'd get thirsty eventually. Like, what would I drink? Piss water? Fuck no. So I actually had the drill sergeant who was driving the bus fucking stop the bus. He stopped the bus for me, let me out. I took a piss in the woods, got back in the bus, and like we kept going. I was so surprised he did that. I was like, God damn. You know, because I thought if I was going to ask him to stop the bus, he would have been like, fuck no. You know?
Yeah, because they appear as like assholes. Like I actually just watched this thing last week. Some Navy SEAL was on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah.
A former Navy SEAL, and he talked about like it's tough as shit, but at the same time they don't want people dying in training. So like, they care, but they just won't show it. It's like make sure you don't kill yourself doing training for like a dumb reason.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean after that I was kind of like, I don't know, around like the first week I was like, okay, these guys are obviously, you know, this is their job because they obviously go home and family, you know, they're normal people. But after that incident, after that day, I was like, okay, you know, they're not assholes 24/7. So
I was lucky. I heard stories from other flights about how their TIs are assholes.
Right.
Apparently, according to a lot of the people from other flights I talked to, they said having female technical instructors it's worse because they tell me like they feel like they have to like compensate or overcompensate because, you know, they want to be taken seriously as a woman, but it's like not at that point they're just being assholes.
Yeah, we had one lady like that. So there's a place called 30th AG. That's where you first go to like in process kind of into basic training, or that is the actual in process station, I'm pretty sure. But that place fucking sucks for sure. Like everybody says it sucks, and it blows. It's where you like get your first haircut, stay away for like 24 hours, take that stupid picture, and then just walk around, get all your shit, like all your PT gear that you would be using throughout basic training, uniforms, everything. There was one lady who was super loud and yelling at everybody all the time. Excuse me. And it seemed like she was trying to compensate for something, even though she didn't really need to, because I'm pretty sure nobody fucking cared, you know? Yeah, but when we actually got to our training unit, there were no females at all. Just I don't know if it's changed, but yeah.
We had a they call it like a whatchamacallit, I can't even think of words. You know, when you're in a country that English isn't that dominant, like you start forgetting like important words. Confiscation. Inspection. We had a locker inspection, and so they grabbed TIs from other flights to check on us. And one of the TIs, technical instructors, was a female instructor, and she came to my locker, and after she checked, I accidentally called her sir. And that was, I fucked up, dude.
Yeah, dude.
That's like the worst thing you can do is call a female guy sir.
Yeah, that's bad. What'd they do? Smoke your ass for a while, or?
fucking she gave me a pop quiz and I failed that too. It was like, name me all the commanding officers. I'm like, why have you fucking read the book yet?
Damn, yeah.
Did you ever have to do that? Like, were you given a handbook, and then at the back of the book it tells everyone in the chain of command everything?
Yeah, so what they did, it was like the first week of basic, when we actually got to the training unit.
Yeah.
There was one day they had us stay up for like a full day, I think. I think it was a full 24 hours or close to it. We got like no sleep. And then they gave us they had us go in a classroom with all of our gear on, like helmet, plates. I think our weapons were with us, like boots, like literally geared up, full kit, like you're gonna be on the line somewhere shooting at people. And then they were playing, we were all tired, right? I think we just came back from a rock march too. And they were playing super loud noises. The lights were turned off. We had to use our red flashlight, like map reading flashlights. And they went on the computer, typed in this fucking video on YouTube, turned the screen off, but we could still hear the sounds. And it was like a baby crying, machine guns going off, people screaming, all while we were taking a quiz. And it was about like memorization of commanders and from the president down, and like acronyms and weapon systems and all that. I don't know what I scored because they just grabbed the quizzes when we were done. I'm pretty sure it was just all bullshit and they threw it away. But that was the only time they really quizzed us. Everything else was, if you fucked up, you know, they'd smoke you, which is like you're doing push-ups until they think you're done, or sit-ups, or I don't know, hold your legs in the air at a certain angle, you know, just to try and make it suck the most. Yeah, but yeah, not too many quizzes. I think that was the only one, really.
What was your impressions going in, like before you got the training?
Well,
like, did you have any expectations?
Huh?
What were your expectations going into training?
I thought it was gonna be cool. You know, I was like, oh, the infantry, you know, like paratrooper jumping out of planes. That's gonna be awesome. I was gonna join the Air Force, but then I decided not. Like, I took the ASVAB, or I was about to take. I took the practice one, and they were like, yeah, you did pretty well. You know, you scored above whatever, and then we'll take you. They had like a ton of fucking jobs I could do. But then I was like, damn.
Yeah, but it turns out, like, I did research, like, Alaska's average score is, like, barely passing.
Yeah, right?
So if you score an 80, they think you're a fucking genius.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a 115 on my Army one. I don't remember what I got on the Air Force one. But then I was like, you know what? I kind of want to, like, actually do something, because I was pretty naive, and I was like, I'm probably just going to be fucking sitting around. I was like, I really want to go to the Middle East and, you know, be on the ground and do some shit. So I was like, I'm going to go check out what the Army has. And then Airborne sounded cool, you know? So I took the ASVAB, got a high score. They were like, yeah, you can do 11X, which is like the Special Forces route. But I was like, you know what? Or they were like, you could go to Ranger School or you know, whatever, Airborne School. I was like, I'll just take the Airborne contract. And then after my first enlistment, if I like it, then, you know, I can go SF or I can go Ranger or whatever. That didn't happen, obviously, but I thought it was going to be fun. I thought it was going to be cool. I thought it was going to be, like, really mature and, like, professional. But then I quickly realized that, no, it was the complete opposite. It was a bunch of fucking immature people put in, like, the worst situations possible. And then everybody's, like, the fucking house is on fire. Nobody knows what to do. People are fucking screaming, all, you know, everywhere, running around. That's how it was in reality. But I thought it was going to be, like, really cool, you know. I mean, it was, but not to my expectation, I guess. Do they have that, like, mandatory enlistment at 18 or whatever?
Oh, that's South Korea.
No, yeah, I think that's like only like UK, South Korea. Think of anywhere else.
I see. So it's all voluntary there?
Yeah, it is.
If you want.
Wait, they give you cash? I didn't think like
It's a job.
I know, but it's like I feel like your life is worth as much as a cop's. Like, I don't think they make that much money. So, you know, in the U.S. military, you get like a decent amount of benefits.
They do now because
They'll pay for college
no.
once you're out.
I don't know, but they got they call it raise. Got more funds. Honestly, yeah, that's it. They got more funds, and then they lowered the fund for the department.
That's just because of the COVID thing. Yeah, did you hear about that over here?
No, even
before.
It was the last time they had a meeting about where their funds are gonna go.
The country's funds.
And the department of asked for this much, and it got cut off by I don't know how many million or billions of pesos.
Yeah, I don't know what they're thinking over here, but they cut funds off a DOH and put it all towards military. Wow. I'm like, why do you need to strengthen your military? You're already like sucking like up to China. You can just have their soldiers. But yeah, they I don't know, this country, I don't think it focuses on the right points. Like now they're wishing they had more funds in the health department.
Maybe it's not going there, it's just going maybe a pocket. I don't know.
General's
it wouldn't surprise me if it was,
Yeah, how's the quarantine going on where you're at? Like, is it pretty strict? What are the rules?
It's not really strict here. North Carolina, my wife keeps track of how many cases they have. I really don't. But I mean, a lot of people. I have an autoimmune disease. I have Crohn's disease. That's why I was medically discharged from the army. So I'm at high risk of fucking getting really fucked up if I get the disease. So I've been home for like months, right? So I've gone out like 2 times out. Like past my fucking neighborhood to go get some shit from Lowe's and Home Depot, and I saw a lot of people with masks on, but my wife went to Sam's Club today to grab some food, and she said a lot of people really didn't have them on. There were people that had them on, obviously, but the majority of them, if you were to put them all in like one room and just fucking count everybody out, the majority of the people didn't have a mask on. So I'm guessing that people just don't fucking care anymore.
Well, it is Sam's Club. Maybe they felt special, like they're in a special place.
Yeah, exactly. But a lot of people are also trying to like protest the stay-at-home orders, which I don't understand. It blows my fucking mind. But yeah, you know.
Yeah, I've heard. Well, Sam asked earlier. She asked, what was Sam's Club?
Oh, yeah, it's a store chain that's owned by Walmart. You can buy stuff in bulk, like go there and buy like giant boxes of whatever you need.
Like Costco, where you have to have a membership.
Yeah, it's like Costco, exactly the same thing. Just a different color. It's blue instead of red. Like literally the only difference.
We have a Costco here, but it's not a Costco. I'm pretty sure whoever runs it like is very aware of Costco and decided, well, this country doesn't have that. It's called SNR. And I don't know who owns it, but they even have the same pizza recipe. Everything. It's the only place to get a decent pizza here is at this Costco ripoff.
So is it like a shitty off-brand of Costco, pretty much?
It's the third world cousin. Yeah, the quarantine over here, it goes by ECQ, which is Enhanced Community Quarantine. Yeah, and it already sounds like a pain in the ass.
Wait, there's a new one.
Wait, it's got a new name now?
Yeah, it's 5 different names.
So, hard lockdown, enhanced community quarantine, 5 letters. I talked to my parents the other night, and I think I'm starting to get an idea what the hard lockdown's coming from. So, to go outside and get groceries, whatever, each family is assigned 1 quarantine pass. It's a little piece of paper that says, hey, I can go out and get shit. And you're only allowed 1 per family. And my parents are in the province. We're in the city. And they said that over there, they're starting to be more strict. So it's kind of like, I can't think of the American equivalent, but over here we call it coding. When your car's coded, that means it can only be on the roads from this day to this day. So what's going on with the quarantine passes over there is, I don't know how they base it, maybe off your family name, but you're only allowed to go out. You're only allowed to go out once or twice a week.
What the fuck? How do they track that? Shit. I know China had their citizens install like a mandatory app.
Oh, they have checkpoints everywhere.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So I think there's a checkpoint in, let's just call it a neighborhood. That's the closest thing to make it so you can understand the scale.
Mm-hmm.
So there's checkpoints, so between me and my parents, I'm in the city, they're in the province. Between us, there is a toll gate, which is now pretty much taken over by the military. So if you want to enter the city, you're gonna find like trucks and dudes with M16s and shit. Guess what? Dude. No doctors anywhere. There's more military out here right now than doctors.
Yep. Proper mask and stuff.
Yeah, you'll see all these military guys like they don't even have masks on. Shit, there's so many viral videos of shady cops or really shady shit going down.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm terrified to go out. We luckily we live right across the road from a grocery store, which is underneath another condominium, so you have their own security and all that. It's pretty safe. I think where we're at, because we live in a college town, like at least colleges in this area, and there ain't much people here. Like,
right.
The only people here are students or parents of students or people who work in office buildings like nearby here.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's pretty safe. There's a lot of security guards everywhere, basically.
Yeah, that's good.
Here, I know something we can talk about is what we've been doing when we were supposed to be doing a podcast. I think the last one we recorded January this year, but even before that, there was another 2-month window where we just didn't record. And I think during those times, we went on a couple trips. Actually, something we did a lot in December is we actually went to this like all-inclusive like LGBTQ XYZ club.
Nice.
And I was actually really surprised how it was and how easy it is to get free drinks, my friend.
Yeah, what'd you have to do?
Just with a couple guys.
No, I pushed the guy to you.
Sam was pretty much pimping me out. She would like, like make some gay friends. I'm like, hey, look at this guy over here, but she's talking about me.
Nice.
There's actually this all gender bathroom over there. And you have no idea how liberating it is to not only take a shit while there's women out there doing their makeup. And I'm like, this one's a big stinky.
Awesome.
Yeah, I took my first shit in a gender inclusive bathroom.
Wow, lucky you. Damn.
Yeah, times are changing. The future is now. You don't see the shit in the U.S. I don't know.
No, for sure.
I'm trying to stretch my knees. Man, I remember last year, that was like my favorite time to record. I love talking about like cookies.
What, last year? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that was when we probably pumped out the most podcasts because it was October and it's like my favorite month. And I want to ask you now, like, do you have any like spooky stories, or we can like move on to like spookier subjects?
I have one that I told you earlier. Where it's like the day after my grandpa died, I fell asleep with my room door closed all the way, I'm pretty sure, but I woke up to like this creaking noise and the door was like slowly opening by itself. And I don't know if like the house shifted at night or something, but I was like, what the fuck? I was small though, so I was like, what is that? Or what's going on?
Do doors do that when house shifts?
Maybe, I don't know. I've always seen like the after, like what happens after. When we were in our apartment, it kind of shifted and the door frame was lower than like the actual door, so it wouldn't shut all the way. But I've never actually seen that in motion, so if what happened then was actually that, like the house shifting, yeah, I don't know, but that was pretty.
Your condo's starting to shift because in the bedroom, I don't remember how long it's been there, but there's this huge crack going across the wall, and it's making me nervous. It goes horizontally all the way across one of the walls. And I think behind this wall is actually the stairwell. building.
Get some of that Flex Seal shit and fucking spray that on there. Boom, good to go.
I don't even know if they have that shit here.
Yeah, I doubt
it's import, dude. Sam, I don't know. Sam's mentioned that. I guess she thinks, but she's like really like hyper sensitive to dead things. I think is that too blunt? Sam,
to
say it that way? Like spirits, I guess. I don't know what to call it, but yeah, dead things. She's had so many experiences with the paranormal when she was young. Tell the one that happened before you came to college with the Skyping.
Oh, the Skyping.
Yeah.
So this was before college. I just recently moved to a room, which is, I guess,
in your old house.
Their old house, which is not ours anymore. Just moved there, so just for that time, because I didn't really wanna be near my mom. So I was like, I moved to the next room where all of their stuff is good. So there's not much. What they call that? Like, there's no living presence ever there.
Like it looks like it's not a room for people. It's like a storage.
No, it is a storage. What I'm saying is like there was no living presence ever there.
No,
like,
so it's just
I
like
was the
stuff.
first one. Yeah.
Okay.
So now they're like, oh, there's a living person here. You get it?
Do you get it, Ilir?
Yeah,
what I'm trying to say.
You're in a room with like a bunch of objects that aren't living,
like books and.
No. Okay, let's think in the perspective of a ghost or a demon. Suddenly, there's a living person there. It's that kind of presence.
Did you feel intrusive to them, or did you feel them?
Both ways. Like, it's our house. Fuck off.
Okay.
I'm just saying that's like the presence there. Suddenly, there's a shift.
Something's in there with you.
Yeah, and it feels like I was, trespassing at the same time. Like, why?
That's so weird.
You know what's interesting about that? My mom, so she's told me some stories like that too, and she grew up in Macedonia, where she would be like, or she'd say when she was younger, she'd go into a house that was like an old family house or something, and in one of the rooms, it would just feel really off, and nobody's been in that room for a long time, so it was almost like the whatever it was kind of woke up.
Like it's like you're in a different time.
Yeah, it's something weird like that, but I mean, I don't know. It's really hard for me to really see stuff like that. I don't know.
With your story.
Yeah. So this was before college. I suddenly I don't know how I met them. I guess it was through a Facebook group or something. And then we just clicked it off. We would chat every time. Every day,
you were kind of like chatting with your classmates.
No, like future
enrollees,
college.
Like people who enrolled at the same time as you.
Yeah, with the same ID number, same class.
Okay, so it's kind of like a.
I don't know. It's just.
It's so weird to me. Like I would never do.
I don't know. I didn't feel like it was risky.
Yeah, but you're feeling shy in here with only two of us.
Yeah, because there's only two. Okay, first of all, for me to not get shy anymore, it takes a while.
Okay.
Oh, I remember why we got so close. Because someone, I don't know why, he wanted to fight me, and I just don't know why.
Some dude wanted to fight you?
This gay bitch. I just don't know why.
Wait, some gay dude wanted to fight you?
Yeah. And, let me find the group chat and remember why. I think because I'm friends with the
guy take his man?
he likes. I think so.
Oh my god.
Take the dude or something?
I'm like, why? Then there's a group chat with just me and my close, batchmates, and there's a group chat with this other group.
Probably thought you were a lesbian because I heard those two don't get along.
So, but like, he wanted to fight me. Anyway, we got close. We would Skype every night, and then it would tell me sometimes like, can you please turn off your fan? And we can't hear you. Do you have a dog there? Something like that. And then, well, for me, it wasn't something like, wait, what? What do you mean? And then, because it was just, can you turn off the fan? And then I would just turn it off. And then sometimes I would fidget. So I was like, oh, maybe it's me. I was fidgeting or something.
Yeah.
I would stop it. And then suddenly they would constantly tell me, it became a pattern now.
Yeah, and didn't you say they thought like they could hear someone breathing on your mic?
Yeah, so the pattern was like this and sound like it's whoosh whoosh. Then a dog sound where it's like give me water. It's like
really fast breathing.
Yeah, like
I'll still get goosebumps.
And then they're like the next one is like singing or something.
Holy shit.
I'm not quite sure. Maybe humming.
Yeah.
We might go back to the original because of this.
I know there's like electromagnetic interference that can happen. Like sometimes, like for instance, one of my buddies has a Ring doorbell. I mean, I have one too, but I haven't experienced this. But in one of his videos, it sounds like someone's fucking screaming, but there was no one there.
Do you think when the ringer activates, it just sends off a signal?
Like a frequency.
Well, yeah. It's connected to Wi-Fi, so it pings your phone just to let you know that someone's there.
I've heard audio interferences from like phone when you're getting text messages, but I've never heard stuff that would sound like a person.
Yeah, it was weird, man. It was like the weirdest fucking thing ever, but nobody was there. I don't know. It just like detected something, and then it was like a weird, like screaming sound, but it wasn't like you could tell it wasn't 100% a person because it just
like a person wouldn't scream like that.
Yeah, like a person.
Maybe it's one of those times where the brain is like telling us it's a scream, but it's really not.
Yeah, just a bunch of noise. You know.
You're just spooking yourself.
It was interesting though. I was like, I was trying to like look into it, but couldn't really find much.
There was a time I mentioned this on the past episode too, where I went back to my grandma's place and my uncle lives with her there, and her wife passed away before I got there. I think months or a year before I got there. And me and my family, we just got back from the city and groceries and shit. And as we pulled into the back of the house, because the garage loops around the house, they have these compounds, like a smaller, like, you know those shitty motels you see in movies, like the drive-ins?
Yeah.
Just like one story, and they're like 1, 2, 3, like set up. That's what they had there, like a three-room setup back there. And they used to live in one of them when she was still alive, but after she died, he moved into the main house. And as I was carrying groceries to the back of the house into the kitchen, I could hear humming or singing. It was melodic humming from the back houses. And I bring it up to my mom. I was like, aren't the neighbors like never home? Like, this is a vacation house? She's like, yeah, they're not home. Okay. I was thinking, where is this humming coming? And I tried getting as close as I could to the back houses without pussing out. And the thing is that where the back houses are, they have an open kitchen. It's kind of like an open air kitchen. It's outdoors, and there's no door that leads into the house. So for some reason, the house, when you're looking through the door, it's not that dark out. But the scariest thing is when you look through that door, it's like a perfect veil of black. Like you cannot see into it at all.
Yeah.
And that was like fucking like, what is going on over here? Not only you look everywhere, everywhere's lit up by the moon, and except for that one area where it's perfect pitch black, and then you just hear humming coming from inside. And then I knew I was imagining it because I told my brother to come in. I was like, Jamel, do you hear? Come over here, stand in this corner. You hear that humming? And he's like, yeah. It's like, fuck, dude, I'm not imagining this. Yeah, I went to my mom. Mom, I think there's a fucking ghost in the back there. And as soon as I mentioned that, she was like, no, I'm not going back there. I was like, no, I need you to, so I know I'm not crazy. She's like, no, she's so paranoid about spiritual stuff. It's like she's she's a denier, but it's because she doesn't want to know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope that wasn't my aunt. You know?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. Like, I don't really believe in ghosts at all. Actually, I actually don't. But my mom sure does. For it's like she talks about them, or she used to talk about them a lot when we were younger. But they were just old, like wives' tales. Just really superstitious about things, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just something about like the older, the generation behind us. I think it's just then like my mom, your mom. I think people just raised in a third world country feel like they're more susceptible to like urban legends and spiritual stuff.
Yeah, I think so too. Which is, I mean, it's not bad. You know, it's whatever.
Like I wanna believe it, but and I can't. I tell Sam like I think my spiritual eye, my third eye, I think it's like blind. I cannot.
Yeah.
Like there could be a ghost, everyone can see it, and like for some reason I will not be able to.
Right.
I blame my dad. He's a real denier. He's like, no, not real. Like, all right, it's just the wind. Like, I'll show my video of this chair literally like floating and spinning. I'm like, nah, it's the wind. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, that's how serious it is.
Yeah, that sounds like my dad.
Did I remind you of another story, Sam?
Remember that one time where I slept walk outside and I just stayed near the door?
Oh, okay, wait, yeah. I gotta tell you, like, Sam has a really bad case of sleepwalking and sleep talking.
Mm-hmm.
And lately, that's been scarier to me than ghosts. Because she'll be in bed, and then I'll be outside having my late night gaming, and then I'll turn around, like, because I feel like unnerved or something, like something's off. I'll just look at her. She's just there, standing like right next to me, just looking down, and I would scream.
Yeah, they give me a damn heart attack.
Yeah, and I heard this happens a lot to parents, like when their kids sleepwalk. It's terrifying.
Yeah,
I heard they'll just stand at the end of your bed and just stare at you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like my son, he's 4. He's had some instances where like he'll go to the or he'll try to go to the bathroom, but he'll end up but he doesn't know he's doing this at all. Mm-hmm. Like the other night, he woke up, tried to go to the bathroom, but ended up in his sister's room. He didn't like use the bathroom at all, but my wife.
He didn't pee on your other kid?
Yeah, he didn't pee on the floor or anything. But my wife heard something. I was knocked out. Like when I go to bed, dude, I'm out. So she got up, and then he woke up. So she brought him to our bed. But he's only done that a few times. What he usually does is he'll talk in his sleep, but only for like a few seconds. I think there's been like one time it was going on for like almost a minute. Where he was having,
like actual words or just mumbling?
It was a mix of words and mumbling. It was like a mix of both.
Was he able to like respond to you, or he's just talking?
No, he was talking to like someone else or himself, but as a different character. It was weird.
Kids are fucking scary, dude.
I don't know if it was like Power Rangers or like some type of fighting toys or something, but it was like, yeah, he was like trying to fight someone, but it was like half gibberish and then half like real words. It was weird. And then he went to bed. He like passed out. I don't know.
Okay, so what happened when you were sleepwalking? I'm sorry we derailed.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay. It's just I woke up with this breathing sound right next to me, and I just came back to bed and just hugged you and like didn't think about it that much.
So wait. So you sleptwalked and you walked the front door, and then you just heard breathing. I
didn't know I was sleepwalking. I just woke up. I was there in the front door, and there was this breathing right in my neck, and like I'm out.
Yeah, and this is the one time where I don't catch you doing it, because usually I don't sleep until you're dead asleep, so I can monitor you. But yeah, you actually went on your own this time, and you felt something breathing on you, and you went back to the bed.
Woke up, and then I was like, okay, going back to bed. Nothing happened here.
That's why I'm worried. Like, okay, like I'm not like much of a believer of the ghost thing, only because I haven't actually experienced it. I'm worried that maybe Sam will be so spiritually sensitive she'll bring something into the condo, and that's like out of my control.
Yeah. Oh, you want to know something really fucking creepy? Dude.
What?
Okay. Sleep paralysis. This has happened like 3 or 4 times to me. It happens like when I'm super fucking exhausted. Like my brain is super fucking tired. But like my body's okay. You know? Like I'm still energized to a certain point. So the first time it happened, we were in our apartment in the city. This was like right after I got out of the army. And I went to bed. It was like 1 a.m. I was doing a ton of schoolwork. I was fucking exhausted, like mentally wise. My wife and my son, this was before my daughter was born, they were actually in Alaska at the time. Just, hanging out with family. I couldn't go. I haven't been back to Alaska in a while just because I've been working so much. But anyway, I'd go to bed, but I woke up. I don't know how long I was asleep, but I woke up and I couldn't move my body. All I could do was like move my eyes. And I was trying to move my arms up because there was a figure at the end of my bed. Like a black figure. It looked like a short lady. It was like a black short lady figure. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then finally, I don't know how I did it, but finally I snapped out of it to where I was able to like move. And then everything just came back to normal, you know? And this has happened like 4 times, and every time that figure's been there. So I asked my brother, I was like, dude, have you ever had this happen to you before? It's happened a few times. And he was like, I was doing some research into it a while ago, and they were saying almost everybody sees this fucking lady or this figure at the end of their bed, and that nobody knows what it means. But that shit is fucking scary. Like, believing in ghosts or not, that shit fucking creeped me out.
Because the scariest thing about that is that's probably not even a ghost if it is real.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like the weirdest fucking thing ever, though. Like, not being able to move your body, but being awake. And it feels like there's a ton of fucking pressure on you. So you're just like, you just can't move. You know?
And what's even weirder and scarier than not being able to move is how many similar experiences there are seeing the same thing.
Yeah, dude.
Like, what are the odds of people seeing the same thing?
Yeah. I don't know.
It's really fucked up.
So,
but I think it's like, I was reading it's like something to do with your REM sleep. Like you're not fully into your REM sleep. You're like halfway there, but you wake up in between or in between your cycle or something like that.
Yeah.
To where it fucks you up. Yeah. So you see shit. And apparently everybody sees the same thing or it's really close. Yeah. Really similar.
Mm-hmm. Well, what do you do? Do you try to wake up or?
Yeah. So every time I've tried to wake up. And
how do you do it? For you?
I don't know. It's like weird. Like, it's the weirdest feeling ever. It feels like there's a really heavy weighted blanket on you that weighs like 100 pounds or 200 pounds. You can't move shit. You're just laying there. And like what I do is I try to shake my head or I try to move my eyes back and forth really fast. And that kind of loosens things up. It's weird. It's like it's I don't know how to really explain it unless that's happened to you, but the rest of my body's stiff, so I just try and move my eyes really fast or like shake my head, and then eventually I break out of it, and then it kind of just like disappears. It's weird. Or like I force my arm up, you know, like after a while my arm will come up and then it's gone.
So, my logic to that is if I'm in bed, there's something bad gonna happen, what I do is I try going back to sleep. That's what I do, is like I'll avoid the conflict.
She doubles down and just tries going even to it further.
Like hiding under the blanket or something.
Yeah. That happened to me before, and what I did was just, okay, I'm gonna just go to sleep again. It's not gonna follow me there.
Yeah, I guess it works.
I've caught Sam having sleep paralysis, but luckily, like sometimes, most of the time, she doesn't even remember it. It's good because she has some terrifying dreams that she doesn't remember, but it's scary because I have to hear it.
Yeah.
And it freaks me out because she'll talk in her sleep. This happened, I think, last week.
Yeah.
She would lay down and then would like get closer to me. And she'd be like, Rhett, I'm like, what? And she'll be like, tell him to stop staring at us. I'm like, fuck, Sam, I'm trying to sleep here. God damn it.
I'm sorry.
And then I'm like, who was like the creepy man in the corner of the room? I'm like, fuck you. I tell her, fuck you. Oh my god, it is.
But do you stare at it?
Yeah, I'm looking at the fucking corner being paranoid now. I had to like turn on the lights. I'm like, fuck. Like, she wonders why I get so cranky in the morning. I cannot get any sleep.
Yeah.
I can't sleep until like once she's like not moving or talking, then I can sleep and not have to worry about her walking off or giving me nightmares. But she said some scary shit when she's sleeping. Like, she had this one fit about this guy chasing her down trying to stab her, and like it started getting in my head. I like started checking. She told me to check her back, and I told myself, if I see a single scratch mark, I'm gonna shit my pants.
Oh, remember that one time?
Yeah, it was. This is the one time I was talking about. There was no scratch.
No.
Don't you dare do this to me.
Then it's on with you. Wait, let me remember.
God, Sam, getting scratched by ghosts.
Yeah, there's a scratch on my back. Oh, it was in my in the dorm.
Well, thank God it ain't in this one. What happened?
I don't know. I dreamt about being someone chasing me and scratching me. And then I was wearing a
top?
Not like that, like just one string.
Lace?
Or whatever. And my roommate said like, "Oh, you're bleeding at your back." And I'm like there's like a mini
like
scratch.
A single scratch?
Like three, like a mini one.
3?
Yeah. It's bleeding because it's fresh. And like, oh, did I scratch myself?
So it sucks though. It's because she's spiritually sensitive. It's only targeting her. So no, I'm a possible victim. Because she had two other roommates. Had two other roommates that never had any issue. It's her.
No.
Why are you inviting all this spooky shit?
No, they had issues too. Like that room was haunted as fuck. Like the toilet would flush on its own.
You should have went to your fucking the associations. Like, yo, some motherfucker kill himself in my room.
Yeah, really.
A new building.
New building. So it's on an Indian burial ground.
Do you believe in that?
I don't know. You got scratched on the back. What else is there? A dead cat?
It could be me scratching myself, and I just
You're not that flexible. Well, you do that sometimes. I told this to Sam. Like, I'm scared that our neighbors are gonna call for like domestic abuse claims because like she'll scream violently in her sleep. And one time I don't know what the hell goes on her head, but she was like, "Stop choking me," just yelling that out, and she put her hands around her throat, choking herself. I'm like, "Fuck!" I'm more concerned about the police showing up and shooting me than her choking herself. I told her, Sam. I told her in the U.S. you can't joke about this shit because the police will just come in and just shoot the guy, no questions asked.
Yeah, they'll be like, "What? Get him!"
I know. Shoot first, ask later. You know what she said once I told her that? If the police shot me, she said, "Don't worry, I'll avenge you." I'm like, the fuck you gonna do? Kill the police? Avenge me, bitch, you started it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's like, I don't believe in ghosts, but
but you're open to the idea.
Spook me out, I'm like, oh fuck,
Same, like I wanna go around and look at haunted houses, but I'm more scared of crackheads than I am of ghosts.
Yeah, no, really, yeah, crackheads, they'll get you for sure.
I'll stick some syringes that have been God knows where in me. Do you have any plans after this quarantine thing passes by?
So the biggest plan I had, which the quarantine fucked up, was going to Disney World. I really want to go see the Star Wars land thing that they have set up. So fucking bad.
Which Disney's is that? Is it the one in California?
No, it's Florida. Orlando, Disney World.
They have a Star Wars?
Yeah, they have like a Star Wars area. Like full fucking costume, stormtroopers, heroes.
You can make
all
your
this
own.
shit, all this fucking cool shit. I want to go there so fucking bad. And I hope this virus, they come up with a vaccine before the end, because we wanted to go in December.
No, there ain't gonna be a vaccine for the next 2 years.
I know, it's gonna take
Look
forever.
how long it took him to do it for the flu and shit.
Yeah, so my plans are fucked. I know. I really wanted to go though, but
My brother was supposed to see Dance Gavin Dance like next month or this month actually.
Oh really?
Yeah, they had a whole concert thing set up and shit.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous of him. He's gotten to see so many concerts. He saw like Chelsea Grin, Spite, Raiders.
Dude, Spite would be pretty sick. Yeah, they're good. I haven't really gone to shows, man. Like, at all, actually. Zero. I've been here.
Zero. Violent. I've always hated mosh pits, even when we were in a band.
Yeah, me too.
Because I just like fucking watching the band I paid money to see.
Exactly.
Get punched in the face.
Like, yeah, I didn't pay money to get my ass beat by a bunch of fucking people running around in a giant circle, you know? Like, I really
and then you got these fucking losers. Like, there's so many kids here. Like, I'm sorry if you're one of them listening. Like, they've never gone to a metal concert and they're like so pro pit life, bro. I mean, like, no, yeah. Dude, this is why I fucking play the music, because I want to stay out of the pit. I'd rather be on the stage.
Right, exactly.
Oh, thank God I transitioned it to fucking metal, though. We can go talking about music now.
Yeah, you know, like, I still listen to super heavy music, but I've definitely changed when it comes to how I see things. Because I'm fucking older now, you know. And I have kids.
Okay, but you didn't change how you hear things. We're talking about music.
Yeah. Well, music in general. Like, you know, I don't know. When it comes to the music that we listen to, or at least the metal that we listen to, or that I listen to, it's mostly with people that are younger than 26. Even though the musicians themselves may be older. But the fans, or the people that actually, they're fucking bass, the people that listen to them, are usually early 20s or like teenagers, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. I was one of those.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, it's just weird. Because when I try to listen to my music with people around, or like friends that don't know I listen to this, they're like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is this? You don't listen to fucking hip-hop, you know? No, dude. Fuck off.
I've been forced to listen to everything now.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, I go to school for music, so I have to like get used to everything.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to fucking write music that I never thought in my life I'd ever do.
Well, it's good.
Man, I was gonna be metal for life, you know?
Yeah. Gosh, I remember those days. Metal for life. I thought we were gonna do that forever. Like, that was gonna be my job.
Dude, if we did make it, I think we're dumb enough to get fucked by labels, though.
Yeah, we were,
And, like, yeah, I think, yeah, you and me, Flo, we get so fucked, and then Logan would know the secret and not to get fucked, but not tell us.
Exactly. Yep. Dude, right on the fucking... You hit it. Yeah. You hit the nail on the head with that one. Logan would be... He'd wait till the last second.
What's his music doing? I don't know. He only changed the name once, right?
Yeah.
Like what are they doing now?
Now or Never, I think that's what they're called. Their music is good. You know, it's just... There's a lot of bands. A lot of bands out there.
Yep. So. That's all you have to say.
Yep. You know, I mean, I wish him the best. I hope they fucking make it, because he does deserve it. He's been doing it forever, but...
He's working way hard.
Yeah. He's a hard worker.
As far as noticing much changes, maybe it's because I'm not, I guess, keeping a close eye. Maybe there's more going on behind the scene. I don't know, but as far as I can see from an outside view, it looks exactly how the same it was before.
As in...
It's like some of the people are in it like don't really want to push further.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing I've noticed with Logan. Like, Logan dedicates everything to it, right?
But then really people come in and then leave right when they take off.
Exactly.
So then it resets the whole fucking...
He gets reset, yeah. I mean, it happened with us.
How was the band after I left? When did you join the army? I don't remember who left first, because I remember you being in still when I left.
Yeah, so I joined April 21st is when I left, 2014. That's when I left for basic training. I probably stopped playing February, maybe, 2014. Yeah. January, February 2014. I can't really remember what happened after, or like before I left. We band practice wasn't a thing anymore. Were you still there, or did you go? Did you leave?
I left. That's when I started to try to lose weight so I can even go to training.
Yeah. I don't really know how it went down either. I don't know who left first or why.
I left first so I could start going to the gym.
Yeah, I guess so.
But yes, you don't remember much of what happened after that? It's kind of just...
No, I don't really remember what happened after that. I just know that at some point I stopped and the band was like in limbo and Logan was taking over at that point and making the transformation into creating or finding the new members, because I think my brother stopped around the same time I did. I just don't remember how it went down. That's it, you know. Which kind of sucks because, you know, I guess it'd be good to remember that shit or at least know what happened. But yeah, I just stopped going. I think it was because it was obviously because I joined the military, but I just don't know how long in between like January to, you know, when I left in April of when I stopped. It was probably in January, February. Yeah, we stopped, and it was just me getting ready to leave, you know?
Started that shit is you, me, Flo.
Yeah. I think it was just us three, and then Andy eventually showed up.
Yeah, then David for a little bit. David still hits me up.
Yeah? Nice.
Yeah, he's asking me when I'm gonna get back into writing.
Nice.
Do music, David?
Yeah, damn, I haven't talked to David in such a long time. Dude, I haven't talked to really anybody from Alaska. Man, like you, Logan every now and again, Matt Davis every now and again.
I chatted with
Cassie.
I chatted with Cassie because Andy didn't have a Facebook, so I chatted with Cassie for a bit to see how they were doing.
Yeah. I haven't even done that. Yeah.
He does like marathons and hiking stuff now.
Yeah, I see that on Instagram. He'll like post videos of himself running or pictures. Yeah, I haven't really kept in touch with anybody. I kind of just left, gone. I'll go back every now and again on Facebook and just like look through my feed to see what's going on. But
if Palmer High did a high school reunion, would you go to it?
Well, my wife wants to go to it, so I mean, she's gonna drag me along with her.
You two were in the same grade, right? Or was she a grade higher than you?
What? Yeah. She graduated before me. Sorry. But they're planning their reunion because she actually talked about this yesterday. And then one of the organizers was like, "Hey, yeah, you can bring your husband too." So I'll probably go to.
Right, he graduated from the school too. Oh no, you went to
I went to Burchell, but I was.
I forgot.
I had like 2 classes at Burchell for my senior year and 1 class at Palmer High.
Went to your fucking graduation, dude. Went to your graduation.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. There. Yeah, you did. Yeah. yeah, you were there. Yeah. Yeah, dude. I don't know. I just like Alaska is kind of like the forgotten zone in my brain.
Everyone who kind of stayed is fucked up now, dude. Everyone who stayed, it looks. When I looked, it looks so lifeless. Like,
yeah,
man, out of there.
Dude,
it's
so
because
different.
Alaska's got that small town vibe, even though it's a huge ass state.
Yeah,
if you don't leave, you'll never be anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like, fuck, man. When I came down here, it was like such a culture shock, just completely fucking different. Now, keep in mind, I've never been to the South before until I got to, Fort Benning in Georgia, but then really got to see how it was up here in North Carolina. And this isn't really even the South. This is like one of the most southern fucking states in the country. But when I got here, I was like, holy shit. It's such a big difference. Like the city, Raleigh or Charlotte, compared to the fucking city of Anchorage and Fairbanks.
Yeah.
You know?
So, anything you miss from being in a band?
I mean, I do miss playing shows. You know, I miss playing music. I haven't played drums in years. I think the last time I played was like 2016.
It's your big ass couch. Looking back at it, you had a huge fucking couch.
Yep.
As wide as a single bed.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, I miss just like playing with everybody, you know, playing music with everybody. That was fun. Or driving around, going to shows. That was fun.
Got something to ask him?
What?
I'll ask. Go ahead. We're gonna forget you're in here.
Yeah, ask the question first.
No, I forgot.
She was making drum gestures with her hands.
No, I was just making sure that you were the drummer.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't tell me it was just a yes or no question.
You didn't even say anything. You're just swinging your hands like a little drummer boy.
I was doing this. I was pointing and doing the drum thing. I think that was obvious enough.
Who wants to get into drumming? Instead of all the instruments, be the.
No.
Yeah.
No, that was my dream. Stop.
So okay, it's your dream then.
To play drums? Or to like be a drummer?
I want to play a guitar.
Just to play drums, I guess. Low aspirations, but okay.
No, how old was I?
I grew up. I want to play drums. That's it.
I was in
Fuck
grade
yeah.
4.
4th grade, huh?
Yeah, and then I saw this girl where go to a singing class because I couldn't sing properly. Where I'll just shout the lyrics.
Shout.
Yeah, I would shout, and I didn't know I was shouting.
Nice.
You should be our vocalist.
What's this? No, I just found that out like last year. They were like, "Oh, you take this class?" I was like, "Yeah," because you didn't know how to sing properly. You were just screaming all the time. I was like, "Fuck you, okay?" But I saw this girl doing the drums, and then I asked them, "Hey, can I learn how to play the drums?" And they were like, "No, that's unladylike."
What was your logic? I can do the drums. It's like shouting, but
Shut
So
up!
with my hands and legs.
I can be loud and not be in trouble. Like this is the correct way.
Man, I remember one time I was playing music with Dwight, I think, in high school. We were in one of the practice rooms just playing. I don't know if you know him. I forgot his last name, but...
Well, I know Dwight, yeah.
Yeah. And what was that teacher's name? Mr. Harris, the music teacher, he comes in. Yeah, so like Dwight leaves or whatever. And I was still in there just, messing around with the drum set. And he walks in there and he's like, "Wow, well, what did he say?" He was like, "You're playing more drums with your legs than you are with your..." And I was like, dude. I had my double bass pedal with me, so I was just like doing some shit on it, Yeah, it cracked me up, bro.
If only the term "okay boomer" was known then, you would have owned
right?
it.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, okay.
Ah, he didn't like us metal kids.
No. I don't really know what he thought about us.
Noise and more noise. That's probably what he thought.
Yeah, probably.
I miss the process of making a song, and then at the end, just
I agree. Yeah, that feeling at the end where you're like, "Holy shit, we actually figured it out and fucking made something awesome."
Because what happened was when I started writing music by myself, that process totally changed. I hate it until it's done.
Yeah.
And I realized, okay, it's not that bad. But the whole time I'm just like stressing out. Oh, this sucks. I could change it. And then when I just put everything together, like, okay, it's not that bad. It's listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when you don't have anyone's opinion, you're just automatically just assume it's bad.
Yeah, I agree with that. I know how that is because I do. It's kind of the same thing like programming, because that's what I'm going to school for, and computer science, and like learning how to do shit. So I was creating a chatbot once, and it was just me, right? I didn't have anybody else working on it or helping me with it, so it was just me creating it, and I was getting frustrated because I was running into issues, and I was like, God damn it, just going straight to fucking Google every time. And I actually didn't like it then. I did not like it at all. I was like, really annoying. If this is how being a programmer is, like, fuck that. And then I finally finished it a few months later, and I was like, holy shit, this actually works, like, it's awesome. So I really like that process. But it's the same thing with music. I've never written a song by myself, but we obviously did together. But programming is pretty much the same. You're creating something alone. At least when you are creating it alone. It's really frustrating until you get to the end product.
But then when you're alone, you're stuck alone with your insecurities, so you just assume everything's bad.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is fucking shitty. But then in the end, it actually turns out pretty good.
I've recently started finding people that are actually really interested in metal over here. Yeah. And some of them are actually in my course. So I can't wait till this lifts because probably by the time this lifts, I already have my guitar. And one of them actually, so he's a bassist and he's a super good composer. So he transcribes musics. I said that weird. Transcribes music for people as a job, because that's usually where the money comes in. If you're a music production, is all the money in this field of education comes in from transcriptions. So that means if someone wants their music on paper, you do it. You put it on paper, and then you get paid buku bucks for it. But nice. So he's super good at transcribing. He sent me one of his transcriptions once. It sounded like a fucking Periphery song. I'm like, how the fuck? Like, how have I not heard this before? Because I've known the kid for a while, but I didn't know. Like, I didn't, because he was in a band, but they weren't metal. They were kind of like thrash rock, but in a weird way. You remember the Japanese band Maximum the Hormone?
No.
BTS Japanese metal band. It's kind of like that, where it's like all like hype, like they really engage with the audience. You know, they get people going that normally wouldn't. They're just really good showmen.
Right.
But just going off that, I didn't think, you know, he was good at anything else. That sounds mean, but I don't know any way to word it, because I hate that.
Yeah.
But he sent me some of his work, and then he actually covered one of my songs on bass. And I was like, right on, dude. And I guess he has a friend who's a drummer, and I think he's gonna send me videos sometime soon too, and he wants to all three of us, I guess, are gonna work together on something.
Nice, dude. That's good.
I also that's the nice thing about going to school for music, is you actually get a lot of connection.
Yeah, I can see that really working out. Yeah.
But there's another guy. He's on my brother's Discord server. We just play games. But his friend is actually signed to a label.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know they're signed to a pop punk label? Do you know the band Belmont?
No, but I've heard of that name for sure.
Okay, so they're melodic pop punk, and I guess his friend showed him like my indie pop stuff, whatever, like not metal stuff. And he wants to do drums for him. He's the guitarist for the band, but he has like his own little studio. I'm like, fuck, go for it, dude. I don't give a shit. This guy signed by label wants to fucking drum to one of my songs. All right, dude's on the same label as Belmont, dude. I'm honored. Fucking, he can drum to my lame ass song. I don't care.
Yeah, I just looked him up. Yeah, I've heard of Belmont.
Yeah, they're so. I told him, like, man,
that's awesome.
Told him I'm gonna start writing some pop punk. Maybe he can hook me up, dude.
Yeah, for real. Shit. That's cool. How's the scene over there? Like metal wise.
I'll have Sam tell you what the music scene is here most.
Okay.
Closer to the mic a little bit. You scooted farther back. Trying to leave?
I was thinking about going to the bathroom.
Okay.
But I got shy, so pop wise, it sucks. Really sucks.
Explain. Musically advanced, so you have to kind of like explain it to us.
How do I explain Jeje?
You can't. That's a very Filipino, like, colloquial term.
What is it? What is it called?
Jeje?
JJ?
Kind of, yeah. So,
the
only way to explain it is the definition I learned from it was it's a certain demographic of youth who, when they type, they randomly capitalize, they insert numbers, like the raw XD kids, but not emo. Yeah, they're like that. Like
So it's like their version of Scene Kids?
Yeah, they're kind of like Scene Kids, but not in a metal way, but in a pop way.
So is that...
They suck. Like,
is that
so do Scene Kids.
Their whole personalities.
Is K-pop really popular there?
K-pop. It's starting to go down, though. Think?
Yeah, it's still up there. It's because of K-dramas and all.
Oh yeah, K-dramas are big here on Netflix and shit.
K-dramas? Like K-pop dramas?
Oh no, like Korean series.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Just a few.
Like a bunch of K-pop bands, like fucking in the same place.
Can you fist fight them?
Kinda a Korean metal band. Because I need to find where I saw it, but they said it's good.
Yeah, that's okay. So she brought that up. Do a lot of people there listen to American metal bands, or at least the people that like metal? Are they listening to American metal bands, or are they listening to like Filipino or Korean metal bands?
It's in a scale like
No. Let me get this.
0. No, me first.
Let's talk about the metal scene though. It's my turn. This is my expertise.
Me first. No,
Fine. Okay, go.
Out of 10 people, half of a person listens.
Half out of 10? So 5 out of 10?
Half of a person.
Half of a person.
Yes.
Listen, what the fuck is up with your statistic? I thought you meant 5 out of 10. No, half of a person in a 10.
Oh.
So like, how are we splitting this person? Like one ear is listening to one genre, or
if it's half of a person from 10.
Are you like horizontal, vertical?
10, like 10 times half.
Okay.
So you're saying 5 people out of 100?
100% of our population, maybe 1% or 0.5%?
No. See, that's where you're wrong. It's actually surprising. There's actually a lot of people, but here's the but. They're stuck. No, they're stuck in a time capsule. They're like forever 2005 metal.
God damn. Oof.
So it's like they're metalheads, but it's like
no.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Look at VJ. He listens to Avenged Sevenfold.
Oof.
Is he listening? Don't listen to this.
Oh.
Most metal drummers I have met.
Yep.
Take inspiration from. What's his name? The Rev.
Oh really? Wow.
Is that the drummer?
Yeah, their drummer. Yeah.
Or Joey Jordison. I'm like, okay, those are very good candidates.
Sure.
We're younger.
Yes.
I mean, when you first start listening to metal, but for 10 years of listening to metal, that's it? That's your only inspiration? Oh, yeah.
You know, I don't think Joey's part of Slipknot anymore.
No, a long time ago.
Oh, really? Oh.
It's fucking Jay Weinberg. He's actually a really good drummer.
Why are people like that evolve? Want change?
Well, it's because it's... Well, think of the average Filipino. Do you think they're going to go out of their way to find music besides what's on the radio?
Yes, that's why music is interesting, because you're trying to find
then explain to me why every single indie band here sounds like Mac DeMarco, Boy Pablo, Rex Orange County. They're really finding new music, huh?
Because you're
so
not
there's this huge listen
indie bands.
Ilir, there's this huge indie boom going on. All the bands are exactly the same.
Oh, the mainstream
Back
indie
me up,
bands.
Sam.
The mainstream indie bands kind of sound the same. Because the thing here is, what works, they're just gonna circle around that. They're afraid to do something else. Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing here, you know. There's a lot of like I've noticed a lot of people are doing like their like the one-man band type of thing, whereas they'll sing and they'll do their indie stuff on like acoustic guitar or something, and then they'll release a song that's literally the same song but with like beats and stuff, like synth stuff to it, or like yeah, you know, like a indie fucking pop music or whatever. I don't know.
Shit, I used to do.
Yeah, that stuff, dude. I've noticed a lot of that.
I did that as a joke. I did all that because I was thinking I didn't want to go into college, and someone asked me what kind of music I made.
Right. I mean, it's not bad, dude. Some of it's fucking good, you know, but it's like everybody's doing it.
It just looks good on my resume.
Yeah.
Hey, who knows? It might get me on a pop punk label. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you can't do fucking metal forever, you know? You gotta, especially if you're gonna be a legit musician.
Mm-hmm.
You need to do other stuff too. You know, you need to listen to other genres or play other genres or write other genres, write everything.
It's fun. I tell you what, it's fun learning how to do different genres and then trying it out. It's probably the most fun I ever had. Like when I decide, okay, today I'm gonna make, I don't know, house music. I'll just start researching a bunch on it and then try it out and then make a couple songs. And it helps. It helps a lot too, because when you're out, you graduate and you have to start writing music for like advertising companies or something. If they say we want something that sounds like this, at least you'll be able to grasp the idea better. No judging here. like all music.
Sure.
We can I talk shit.
I mean, I give my wife shit all the time. My wife loves country music. I can't fucking stand it.
I don't.
But
I told all my teachers, like, even my music teachers don't even respect country music.
God damn.
They'll listen. They'll give everything a shot, metal, everything, but country is a no-go.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that. My wife loves it. I'm just not into it. I can't.
A lot of Alaskans,
South,
I guess, if you
even
live
though
in
we're
like the Butte or something.
What?
A lot of Alaskans like country. If they live in like the Butte.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and a lot of people listen to it here. Or what I never understood. Sorry if I'm cutting you off, but what I never understood is how people can listen to the same fucking songs on the radio 24/7 over and over and over again.
Because they have no taste.
Understand.
They have no taste. That's it. And you have no taste. You're open to just listen the bullshit on the radio. Is that Sam? You do that?
But
you trying to expose yourself?
Just for a day that I heard of it.
I mean, if you like it, you like it. Like, whatever. But that sucks in a way for your ears because that shit fucking drives me insane.
Oh, nothing's more fun than finding a new band.
Yeah, for real.
You said something earlier, Sam. You said you got me into what?
TikTok music.
Listen here, you little bitch. I was okay. So Sam's been upset. Is your wife been like on TikTok a bunch lately because of the quarantine?
Yeah, I haven't. I don't have TikTok, but she sure does.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think this is happening to a lot of my homies. Women are getting all over TikTok because it's all they can do at.
It's for work.
Quarantine. Okay, well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why did I download?
Anyways, she goes on and she's like. She says, "Oh, you like TikTok music?" Okay, there's no way of defending myself without sounding like a total hipster. But I kept telling her I've known these songs,
dude.
For the Chinese shout out that app, I knew the songs already.
Yeah, like what's that song? The alligator one where it's like God damn it, how'd it go? Something about
rap.
home.
I know that rap song. Yeah.
Or whatever.
That song's a meme, but she thinks, oh, you got it from TikTok. Like, no, it's a fucking meme.
Yeah, dude, that song. I heard that song the first time on YouTube in like fucking 2006 or whatever, like a long fucking time ago. And my wife was listening to it the other day, and she was like laughing her ass off. And she's like, "Listen to this song." I was like, "Babe, I heard that when I was like 12." You know?
Then she'd be like, "Okay, boomer."
Yeah, and she was like, "Yeah, okay, you fucking sure."
I know. Sam does that too. It's like,
I was like,
okay,
"No, like,
you found the song first." Old.
You're old.
Shut up.
It's crazy, yeah. But like all these old ass songs are becoming the thing on TikTok, you know.
Oh, she gives me no credit for finding music. She's like, "Oh, you just heard it from TikTok."
Yeah, right.
You don't share it to me.
You didn't think I had to?
Would I know that you know that song?
No, I just told you I know the song, and then you just go that. Oh, you give me that smug look. You're doing it now. You're doing it now. Fuck you. Yeah, I don't know. I guess TikTok's good for the music company. I don't know. I mean,
I guess. I mean, I can see
only
it
good if the people are looking up the song after they hear it from TikTok. Great, that's good for the artist.
Right.
But it's a gamble, and you're gonna make a song that goes on TikTok because you might just be forever one song. Like the one guy,
forever made fun of.
Yeah, Jack Stauber, who made that Buttercup song. It's such a meme song. You've heard of it, but yeah, this guy's now is only known for that one song. But he's a hardworking musician. Like works like he goes to every cafe he can just to perform. I know he's probably not making.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, Sam, you know, this isn't gonna be your living, so you don't understand. I'm a struggling artist over here.
I'm a struggling artist too.
What's your job? Your job is to watch TikTok every day?
Yeah. Wait, really? Like, what'd you go to school for, Sam?
Don't
what did Sam go to school for?
Sam, what'd you go for school for? Oh, come on. Say it. Photography.
What is it?
Photography.
Oh, photography. Okay.
Ask her what she does.
Yeah, what do you do?
Photos, though.
And?
Edit them.
And? TikTok. Boom.
Dang. Awesome. Hey, dude, if I got paid to be on TikTok all day, I'd fucking do it.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
You start working on a fucking banger. Make a whack-ass meme song and then...
Yeah.
But I'll probably make no money from it, so I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, probably not.
I think we're about the time.
Yeah, it's 3:37 in the morning for me. So.
I don't even remember what time we started, but I felt like we've had a very eventful conversation.
Yeah, it's been good. Catching up, talking about nonsense. It's good.
So before we go, I just want to thank everyone. And if you're supposed to say at the end, Sam? On the description. Why don't you take over then?
I know.
Nice and clearly to the audience. Quickly. Plug.
I'm too shy.
Plug.
Episodes.
Don't be shy. Nobody can see you. Like, that's what helps me. Nobody can see
hear me.
Yeah, this is episode 11. Whatever. If it's not, it's just gonna say 11.
Okay.
If there's another 11, we're just gonna delete that video.
Okay. I go.
Okay. Sam, it's the ending. Juicy end.
Stop! Okay. This concludes the Might Be Good podcast, episode 11. If you like what you heard, then maybe consider subscribing and ringing that bell to be the first one to know when we upload an episode. My name is Samantha.
My name is Rhett. Hey, you forgot to plug in the links.
What links?
Give me that thing. Where's the web page is this on?
Just follow my Instagram and my other YouTube channel and my Twitter and my Snapchat and my TikTok.
Wow, so we're gonna have to start putting your TikTok in the description, huh? Okay, yeah, my music.
Follow.
Yeah, and then my YouTube channel for my music is in the description and the Facebook page if anyone look. And you've been here with Rhett and our guest
Ilir. Yeah.
Thank you all for listening. Bye.